someone that says they lost with TP1. I'm going to get to that in a second, and I'm glad that you brought that up because for some reason or another, some of you have a misconceived perception of trading. So this is TP1 right here, and this is your entry point right here. And we're going to put it on this line. So you enter the trade at this line, and this is your TP1 here, right? And this is your TP2 here. Now, and we'll take a sell, and that trade starts going down, right? And it starts going down. It starts going down. And then we hit TP1. You get the alert. Right? We hit TP1. We got the alert on that. All right? Hit TP1. And then everybody who usually got in the trade late wants to go for TP2 to hit their goal requirement. Right? Because they didn't hit it on TP1, so they're going to get in for TP2. Open at TP2 is going to hit that goal requirement. And then while they're waiting for TP2, what actually happens is it bounces off of TP1 and then goes into a reverse spin and typically comes up here and hits the stop loss. So what has happened is we lost all this profit. We lost all that profit. Okay? Lost all that. Not the correct way to do it. So let's talk about the correct way to do it. This is your entry point. This is TP1. Let's say you're running multiple positions, which again can be considered dangerous. And this is take profit 1, this is take profit 2. But let's say you're running 4 positions here, right? 1 through 4. And you're running those positions from TP1 and you're doing it down, right? What somebody's actually in Universal Trade House asking about a trade while we're doing trading. Help me, somebody. Well, you know what I'm starting to realize, though? You know what I'm starting to realize? That a lot of these people are not in Push 1000, right? These people who are asking questions, they don't even know anything about this training going on right now because they're not in Push 1000. They don't have active memberships, right? They don't have active memberships and not in Push 1000. So I don't even know what's going on right now. So if a person is in the group asking, is anybody still in AJ or the AUD-JPY trade that we gave out earlier, it's because their subscription isn't active typically. I'm not saying all the times, but the majority of the times it's not. Because right now, everybody should be on the training that we're doing rather than getting in Telegram and asking about a trade. Right? And so with this person that I'm looking at in Shalom, wherever Shalom is in our group, right? Wherever Shalom is in the group is asking about asking about this. So what I'm gonna do, excuse me. And some of you are giving answers to these people. Some of you are giving answers to these people, helping these people out, and they're clearly not integritous on their subscriptions. And I just want you to know that. So if they inbox you and ask you for information saying, hey, I didn't get this information, it's probably because their account and their membership isn't active. And so I would hope that you would assist me in making sure that you are not giving out information as pertains to what we're doing, because I don't think that's right or is it fair for the people who are paying their monthly subscription. All right? So, here we go. So you have TP1, right? You have TP2, and you're running those 4 positions. What I'm known to do is let 3 positions close here to secure this profit. So if I had 3 positions, I would close those 3 positions when it hits TP1, if you're going to do that. And I I would let this one position run, just see what this one position is going to do. So even if I lose on this, and it comes back and hits this entry point right here, even if I lose on this, right, I only lost in one position, but I kept 3 positions of profit on that. Does that make sense? Let me do that one more time. Does that make sense? I want to see if that makes sense what I just said. So if I'm running 3 positions, right, I'll let those 3 positions run to TP1. And then I'll let that straggler just run to gain extra profit if it does hit P2, right? But I will not let it, if I hit TP1, I'm not letting it go past my entry point. I need everybody to hear me on that. I'm giving this to you, and I want you to hear me. Whatever my entry point is, if I hit TP1, whatever my entry point is, I'm putting my stop loss right here. Let me do that one more time. Let's say we go, you want your entry point, right? And you run multiple positions, 1 or 2 positions. I'm sorry. Let me do this again. You're at your entry point, right? I'm just giving this to you. You think about it. And it runs and it hits TP1, which is right here at the support level, right? If I'm running 2 positions here, right? I close the first TP and I move my stop loss to my entry point. Because if nothing else, I'm going to break even. I'm not going to risk losing that money. Right now, multiple positions at a lower lot size. Let's keep that clear. Because there are people who run, and this is for some of us, is why we're at multiple positions. Let me make sure that you clearly hear what I'm saying. There are people who want to run multiple positions, Tamara, so I'm talking to them. You can still run 1 position if you want to TP1 and be done with it. Does that make sense, Tamara? I'm talking to the people that want to run multiple positions, right? Everybody's not going to trade the way you want them to, and they're not going to trade the way I want them to, but I'm not losing that profit. If I hit TP1, I'm not losing my money. If I hit TP1, I'm keeping my money. And then the thing I'm going to do is move my stop loss to break even. And if nothing else, I'm going to leave with the profit from the 1 position. But what if you run 2 positions and those 2 positions run and hit the stop loss, right? Then you've lost double. I'm saying, I want y'all to hear what I just said. What if you run 2 positions and both of those positions go and hit that stop loss, and neither one of them come down here to hit the TP? Because we've been in trades last week, Dr. Spiller, that never hit TP1. And then we lose on 2 of them. Well, both of them hit the stop loss. All right, let me give you this. This is the reason. And if this makes sense to you, talk to me in the group chat. I'm going to show you something. I want you to build some cushion in your accounts. We're going to talk about that tonight. I'm always evolving what I'm trying to do to make it better for you guys. But let me show you something really, really quick. Can y'all see my Excel spreadsheet? Talk to me in the chat. Can you see my Excel spreadsheet? Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat if you can see my Excel spreadsheet. Talk to me in the chat. All right? Good. Glad you can. Now, let's talk. Let's talk, family. Let's talk. Let's talk. All right, let's talk. Let's say you have $200 in your account. And you're going to go with 5% a day on $200. That was the initial thing that we were talking about. Now, I'm going to make this make sense for you. Because I'm going to start trading in the morning. Because I'm going to start trading in the morning. I should hear this. Because I'm going to trade in the morning. And I'm going to show you how it should be done in the morning. I'm alive right now. All right, so when I'm trading in the morning, I would want you could build in a cushion. Let's say you have $200 account. You can start trading at $100 as if you had that at the $100 level. If you're going to reduce how much you pull out, Yes, it will, but overall, you're still going to make it. You're still going to make a lot of money because I'm going to show you where I want you to make the adjustment. So if you have a $200 account, adjust it. Build in a cushion so that if you take some negatives, you're okay. So then this is what it is. At $200, I would do $100. I've talked to some of my people and I've got them even do 150. Right? And as they do that, what ends up happening is they build in a $50 cushion on their trade. You understand what I mean by, if you understand what I'm talking about, talk to me right now in the group chat. If you understand what I'm talking about, talk to me right now in the group chat. If you understand what I just did, talk to me in the group chat. If you understand what I just did, talk to me in the group chat. Let me repeat it. All right, let's say you have $200 in your account. Build yourself in a cushion. Don't start with the 200. Build yourself in a cushion. All right, so this is the balance right here on the spreadsheet. See the balance? So when you have the balance, you're going to grow about 5% a day. If you're doing 15 pips a day, you had a 70 cents on that first trade. You're doing 20 pips, you're doing 50 cents on that first trade. You understand what I'm saying? So you're going your pip, you take profit 15 pips, you take profit 20 pips. Right, 15 to 20. 15 to 20. Okay? You're going to do 5% a day. Right? You can do 15 pips, you can do 20 pips, you can do 30 pips. Either or. You can put it up there, you can change it. The goal is 5% a day. 5% a day. 5% a day. Okay, the goal is 5% a day. The goal is 5% a day. All right. Is that good? Do y'all understand that? The goal is 5% a day. Do y'all understand that? Now, to build in a cushion, what do you mean by a cushion? Instead of trading with the whole $200, you're going to lower it down to $150. And what that's going to do is give you $50 cushion to mess up. Let's say it pulls back and you lose some, right? But you built a safety net inside of your trade of $50, which lowers the lot size. See how much you're risking less now in that account, and you're going to build it from that particular case. Now, in case you don't hit the goal every day, we'll talk about that in a second. But that's what I've done. I've helped people build that cushion in their account. I've helped people build that cushion in their account, right? And that's what I've done. I want them to build that cushion in their account. And that cushion allows you to take, maybe a loss, maybe 2 losses, and you're still okay because you haven't really beat up your account. And so instead of risking, now what should happen now is I gave you the PIP calculator. There are sometimes our trades have a 40 pip stop loss. The other 50 is just banked in your account. It's still there. It's just banked in your account. You're just giving yourself room to make an error on a bad trade. That's what you're actually doing. You're giving yourself room to make a bad trade and not blow your account. That's what we build the cushion in. Right? So you can make up to $50 in errors and still be okay. Right? So that's why we put the 50 in there. So y'all understand why we put the extra money in? The extra money is to let you make mistakes on a trade. Does it make sense why I'm telling you to do it? Does it make sense why I'm telling you to do it? So, even though you have 200, you gave yourself a $50 cushion. So in case you take a bad trade, right, you can risk up to $50 without hitting your actual amount to blow your account. So you got that $50 that's just banked in there. And so that's what I'm telling people to do so that they're not risking the whole 200 and beefing up that lot size. If you went down to $100, you had a $200 account, you just gave yourself a $100 cushion. But if you did this every day, still, the money's going to be ridiculous. You had 1778 in 3 months, I'm sorry, that's still good money, 1778. If you went 6 months, you had $30,000 in 6 months. That's a yearly salary. You went 9 months, that's $500,000. That's directly 533. You go for a whole year, that's $9 million in a year. That's $9 million in 1 year. That's you starting with $100. That's you starting with $100. Does that make sense? So even with $100 account, by being disciplined, even with $100 account, you still can make some good money in Forex. 20 pips and call it a day. But you built in a $100 cushion, which means your account is not getting hit that hard. Yes, I'm going to start doing some crypto calls, just not yet. I at least want to get y'all straight up on Forex first. How many of y'all understand the purpose of cushion? How many of y'all understand the purpose of having a cushion? I saw one person say I don't. Abdu, I think is his name. The purpose of a cushion is so that while you're trading, I give you your lot size that you use every day. The reason why I do that is so that you won't blow your account. All right? It gives you a safety net. Okay? Now, let's move back to over here. Now, so what we were talking about over here was, you have to ask yourself, what is your PIP goal? I want everybody to ask yourself this question. What is your PIP goal for the day? For me, that's very important. What is your PIP goal? I need everybody to talk to me. Do you have a PIP goal? That way you're not in the trade all day. Who has a PIP goal that you're trading with every day? If you don't have a PIP goal, you're not trading with discipline. All right, now I'm going to say something, just bear with me. There's no such thing as take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, and take profit 4. There's no such thing as take profit 1, 2, 3, and 4. Anybody that's supposed to take profit is just guessing where the market's going to be. We never know. I need everybody to hear me. Whether really the market's going to go up or the market's going to go down. We do the best that we can to figure out where the resistance is, where the support is, to see how we're going to trade in between. No one knows what's accurate or not. So you can have your resistance here, you have your support down here, and we call a trade to hit here. That's your entry point, and we put our stop loss right above here. And we've seen it where we hit this entry point right here, and this trade goes all the way up and hit this stop loss right here, and then goes down to hit the TP. I'm going to say that again. That's what we've seen. We put our stop loss right up here. We don't think it's going to go past this point or with this point, so our stop loss is like right here. Then we'll have a trade that'll hit this, right, come up, hit this, and then come back down and then hit the TP, knocking all of those people out. There are a lot of people up here, right, and they're looking, they're up here, and they're completely sad because they're trying to figure out why did that trade go wrong. It happens a lot. Now, you notice that there are some people on here that will have a resistance area. They'll come up here, they'll put their stop loss right above this resistance area, right? So this is the resistance area right here. They'll put their stop loss right up here because what's been happening was the trade just comes here and then bounces and goes back down. That's what they've been seeing, right? Not the case. So we'll see this trade. We'll put our entry point here. We are guessing. And anybody that knows anything about trading knows that this is a guess. We're guessing that this trade is just going to hit this level of resistance right here. We put our stop loss right above it and then go down the other way. And we look at this. And this could be a 40 pip stop loss, right? And then after a 40 pip stop loss, y'all need to hear me, a 40 pip stop loss, but the take profit is about 20 pips. Right? So what you're actually risking is you're at a 2-to-1 ratio, right? And most people say 2-to-1 ratio is not good. They want a 1-to-1. And what they say is, Dr. Spiller, if we're going for a 20 pip take profit, then the max of our stop loss should be 20 pips. Right? They say we're risking too much to hit this. Right? We're risking too much to take this one take profit down here. We're risking too much. So they're saying these 20 pips from here to here is not worth this 40 pip stop loss. So what I attempted to do, was to give you a pip calculator so you can calculate your own pips. Right, so I'm going to go over that real quick, Ms. Morton, and I think that's a very important question. So I give it to you, so if you want to risk 20 pips, you can. Risk 20 to get 20. Risk 15 pips to get 15 pips, and you can do it because I gave you the chart that will allow you to put in your stop loss and your take profit. You do not have to take any trade that we send out and push 1,000. I need everybody to know that. Push 1,000 is my nice way of giving you free trades that I don't have to give. Push 1,000 is me being nice. I do not have to give out trades. We could just be pushing education. But I give out trades, and we're seeing people in the group chat complain about a trade as if someone that they know is trading at 100%. No one trades at 100% on Forex. No one does. You check our entire company. I want you to check the entire company. This whole company with Our Markets Live. No one trades 100%, right? But then not only is no one trading at 100%, there are a few people that give out signals that we give out. Our signals is the reason why people are trying to join our team. This is the reason why people join our team, because of the pips that we give in our trades. Right? Now, this is what I need you to understand. I need you to understand this, because I want this to make sense. I'm glad that many of you are grateful for the trades that we give out to you guys concerning tips that we offer. I'm extremely excited excited that you guys are excited about that. And I want to help you by giving you this copy and paste structure. But the truth be told, there are some people who are not grateful for what we give out and complain about what we give out. But they don't even know that they can't get what we're offering anywhere else. Basically, you're not paying for signals. Basically, it's free. You're paying for the education. Those signals are free. Those signals are free. We don't have to do that. We can tell you get in the High Academy, go to Alderman Academy, like all these other teams are doing. We're telling you to trade from there. And we do it. But then our team wouldn't be as popular. We would have so many people joining. We would have so many people who are active. So, if we send out a trade and there's a 40-pip stop loss, you do not have to take that 40-pip stop loss. If you're smart enough to know that the stop loss is 40 pips, then you're also smart enough to go ahead and adjust it to 20. The TP is 20 pips. Right? You should have been adjusting that yourself without us having to adjust it for you. A 4-hour trade on the 4-hour chart is going to have more movement than what it was on an hour chart or a 30-minute chart or a 15-minute chart, which means the support resistance line is a little bit different on a 4-hour chart. You can always adjust your trade yourself. Our trades are for newbies. And let me give you another one. If the trade hits TP1, and you're not in that trade is over for you. Do not enter in at TP1 looking to go to TP2 when you can't even read a chart. I'm going to make that clear. Do not enter after TP1. If we hit TP1, you're waiting for the next trade. After TP1, you're waiting for the next trade. If we hit TP1, you're waiting on the next trade. Because this is what I see you do. You'll go in and you'll enter at TP1. You go down to TP2. And you put in the stop loss way up here. That is not a 40 pip stop loss anymore. That's like a 60 pip stop loss. Because it's the 20 pips that we got from the entry to TP1. That's 20 added on to this 40, which makes it 60. And that's the problem. Do not enter the trade after TP1. If you want to do that, then you enter it in, but do not tell us we're giving out bad trades. No, you're trading on your own. You're trading how you want. You're trading the way you want, and yet you're upset because we have a couple of trades that don't hit TP1 or hit TP1, go to TP2, and you say the signals don't work. No, boo. I disagree with you. I completely disagree. No, you're doing it on your own. And then the next thing, I see people with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions on one trade. You are greedy. And you're not going to win at Forex. Why are you running 6 positions? You're going to over leverage it. It's going to take you out. And then you're going to say trading don't work. Spiller ain't doing what he's supposed to do. No one told you to go in and put in 6 positions. That is not smart. Ride them to TP1. If you have 1, 2, 3 positions, ride 2 of them to TP1. Right? If you're going for TP2, close them and let 1 run to TP2. But bring your stop loss down to your entry point. So at least you won't lose the money you just gained. Did you understand what I said? I want to make sure that you got what I just said. If you're going to do that, don't have your whole account risking that much for that long. You got 3 positions open. Don't have all 3 of those positions running the TP2. That don't make sense. Close them. Here's TP1. Close 2 of them. If you're going to do that, close 2. Let the third one run the TP2, but move your stop loss down right above TP1. Right above it. You want to be right above TP1 and move your stop loss right there. You can also use the trailing stop loss. You can do this. I'm going to get into this, right? Let's say you got 3 positions. I gave you the trailing stop loss expert advisor. You should be using it. Let's do this. You have 3 positions running. Set your trailing stop loss on all 3 of these at 10 pips. You can set them at 10. You can set them at 15. Once it hits 15 pips, just let it go. Your trailing stop loss is going to put you right back at your entry point. Now you ain't got to worry about TPs. I don't even use TPs. I don't know the last time I used a TP. I don't. I'm in a trade, right, and I enter it. I have my trailing stop, my trailing profit, or my trailing stop over here, right? And I set the trailing stop for what, 15 pips, which is 150 points. When it hits TP1, well, I know how many pips they get for TP1, because that's why I'm doing it. That's time I put in push 1,000, guys. I put in push 1,000. And made a video on it. Once my trailing stop hits 15 pips, it activates. And then I'm in a risk-free trade. I walk away from the trade. I'm done. Once my trailing stop activates, I'll be in a trade for an entry point, and sometimes I run my trailing stop at 100, which is only 10 pips. Once 10 pips hit, I know I'm in a risk-free trade. I walk away from it. Because at that point, I know my trailing stop is moving behind it. My trailing stop is moving behind it. My trailing stop is moving behind it. I do that on every. I have never put in the stop loss. I don't do a stop loss. I do not suggest that you don't do that. And I don't put in the take profit. I'm a trailing stop type guy. I don't know what's going on with that, Tam. You may need to check with your broker on that. But let's say I'm going to enter a trade. I'm in a trade, and it's 7 pips to the first TP. I'm running a 5-pip trailing stop. If there's only 7 pips left to my TP, my trailing stop is at 5 pips. I'm not risking it. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If I'm going to enter this trade, right, and this is my entry point, and I know I only have 7 pips to my first TP, I know automatically I'm setting my trailing stop at 5 pips. So if it hits that 7, it activates. If it keeps going down, I'm good. And I'm just securing profit as it's moving down. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Yes or yes? What if I get kicked out of the trade? Well, you just get kicked out of the trade, guys. You just get kicked out of the trade. That's not the last trade. That's not the only trade. Please tell me if I'm being clear tonight. Am I being clear, people? Y'all just losing money because you're taking unnecessary risks. Unnecessary risk. I don't know why you're taking an unnecessary risk. you're not dealing with take profits. Now you're not dealing with take profit 1 or take profit 2 or take profit 3. If it hits take profit 1, your trailing stop activates, hit take profit 2, your trailing stop activates, you're not losing money. You're just not losing money. And I don't think anybody needs to lose any money unnecessarily. Any questions so far? Any questions? A little confused on the trailing stop. I will drop in the video that I did on the trailing stop. I'm going to drop the video in Push 1000 I did on the trailing stop. I want you to go back and watch it. Okay? Is that Ricardo? Ricardo Nito? All right, let's get into something today. I'm ready to start training you today. Any more questions about the signals? Any more questions about the signals and what you should be doing? And you need to take this information and explain it to your team. Really, take it and explain it to your team. Okay? All right, here's some questions. Doctor, would you like to explain the difference between TPs? What do you mean, explain the difference? You say, explain the difference between TPs. I don't know what to do. Take profit 1, take profit 2. I guess we could do it like this. So you can see it. Okay. Let's say that we're seeing this in a downtrend, right? And we call this trade moving down. Let me show you what this is going to look like. So we're looking at this trade right here, and we're predicting this trade to go down. Okay, I want you to see something. We're looking at this trade to come down. So say if we're looking for this trade to come down, the first TP, this is how we deal about TPs as support resistance levels. The first TP is here. So from here to here is the first TP. The second TP is about here. So this is the first TP, the second TP. And each one of them are on support levels. So we're saying this is going to come down. But this is your first TP, here's your second TP, here's your third TP right here. You see it? Do y'all see this? Y'all see how I did those TPs? Do you see how I did those TPs? I'm trying to check with the team. See if y'all see how I did those TPs. All right, now, let's watch this to see if it is TP1. I'm going to show you what you should have done. Let's say on this particular trade, this is TP1, this is TP2, this is TP3. And you see this trade. We call this, and we said it's hitting up here. We're seeing it hit up here, and we're saying that this is about to go into a sale. All right? Right? And watch those. The reason why we say this is a TP1 because TP1s are always set at support and resistance levels. Right? So on the bottom, you should have got this alignmental category. This is support. This is a support. This is a support. Now let's see what this trade is going to do. I want you to watch it because here's where all my questions are coming in, where people are saying, well, what should I do, Dr. Spiller? What should I do there? They always ask, what should I do? So let's watch it. All right, it's going up. Now, notice we said, here's this level, support level right here. So it went off this level. We put us in the sale. We're looking to see what it's going to do. Let's watch this because this is what you've been asking me. And you asked in the group chat, and it just doesn't make any sense for y'all to keep asking the same questions if you're watching the videos that we post. So let's watch and see what it does. It's going down. Now, at this point, y'all are in profit. And we have people that's in profit right here, right? They're in profit because we got in right here. Here's our entry point. It activated. We got in right here. From here to here, we in profit. And I'll see people in the group saying, do we stay in? Do we get out? Do we stay in? Do we get out? I'm like, are you really asking? Do we stay in? The trade is still moving. Do we stay in? Do we get out? You're going from resistance to support. Your stop loss is up here, right above this area, because this is where this trade has never been. So we put a stop loss right there. Do we stay in? What are we going to do? Well, what we're going to do is watch this trade. Let's see if it's going to hit TP1. It was bad. Now, this is where people get nervous, right? Because you were in profit, and you're wondering, should you stay in? How many of y'all know what I'm talking about, where you in profit, got profit here, and then it started pulling back on you, and then when it started pulling back, you got scared? How many of y'all know what I'm talking about right now? How many of y'all is in profit, it started pulling back, you got scared because it pulled back. Now, your stop loss is way up here. But what you're saying is, I don't want to lose this profit as if there's not going to be another trade. It did a pullback, and you're saying, oh, God, should we stay in? Should we get out? Should we stay in? Should we get out? Guys, you shouldn't be doing that. Your stop loss is here. We're trading, trusting this stop loss. Now, if you want to take the profit, go and take the profit, get out right here and be done. But let's just watch and see what happens. So our stop loss is here. Our TP1 is here. Let's see what happens. Damn. How many of y'all just saw what happened? How many of y'all just saw what happened? Because this is where panic came in. Here's where the panic came in. I want everybody to listen to me. You saw this trade come down, but you also saw this trade pull back. And this is where you got nervous at. This is where you start asking questions. Because you start seeing yourself lose profit. Right? As you start seeing yourself lose profit, I'm going to call it LP. As you saw yourself lose profit, that's where you got nervous. Now, it hit TP1. Here's where all the questions come in. Do we go for TP2? I mean, come on, y'all talk to me in the chat. I ain't seeing nobody say nothing now. Come on, y'all. Listen to me now. Ooh, we hit TP1. My God, today we hit TP1. Do we stay in? Or do we go for TP2? And then I'll have people ask me, Dr. Spiller, should we go for TP2? When I hit TP1, when I do what? I need everybody to hear me. And this is me, you can do what you want to do. If I got in this trade right here, and I want to make this the rule tonight. I want to make this the rule tonight. This is the rule tonight. I want you to move your stop loss to your entry point. Let's do it one more time. You hit TP1. TP1, move your stop loss to whatever your entry point is. Is everybody clear? I need 400 of y'all to tell me you clearly understand what I'm saying right now. I don't want to see no more negative trades after today when we hit TP1. I need everybody to hear me right now. I need everybody to hear me right now. This is my rule. How many of y'all are hearing me for this rule? This is my rule from this point on. And I'm going to start moving people out the signals group. This is my rule from now on. If you hit TP1, you must move your stop loss to the entry point so you no longer have a negative trade. Period, bottom line, point blank. I'm no longer answering questions after TP1. Do I stay in or did I get out? I'm not doing that. Now, if you don't want to use that, put your trailing stop on TP1. Now, what do I mean put your trailing stop on TP1? There are certain people that want to go for TP2, right? There are people who got out right here. They're done. At TP1, they're like, man, I'm not. Is Julian on here? Julian is a TP1 guy. Julian just doing TP1 and he's done. They ain't trying to go for TP2. They didn't kill $2,000 or $3,000 right here at TP1. Now, but I want to say something. However how many pips is between here and here, you need to know it and set your trailing stop at that. So whatever your TP1 is, that's what your trailing stop needs to be set at. Did y'all hear the words that I said? Now it's going to be up to you to know how many pips are between TP1 and your entry point. Because that's where you need to put your trailing stop. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? From this point on, after we hit TP1, your stop loss is right at your entry point. I'm no longer looking at negative trades after today when we hit TP1. If nothing else, you're going to break even. All right, now, let's see what happened with TP2. Because this is what y'all doing. We hit TP1, but y'all still in it. Let's watch and see what happens after TP1 hit. How many of y'all have been in the trade, it hits TP1, and right after it hit TP1, it pulls back? How many of y'all have been in the trade, right after it hit TP1, it pulls back? And that's what happened right here. Look what happened when it hit TP1. After the TP1, it pulled back from TP1. Does not mean it's not going to TP2. It still has to break here at my entry point. But it does not mean it's not going to TP2. Let's watch and see what happens with this trade, because this is what y'all doing. I'm going over the whole thing. I'm not even done. This is a long training today. Now, watch this. Look what just happened here. Does everybody see what happened after hit TP1? Do y'all see this pullback? But where did it pull back to? This previous level right here. Right? Why this level right here? Why this level right here? Because that's where it stopped at last time. That was that little correction that we had that pulled back up. And so it pulled back up right there to that level. Now, I want y'all to do this. Right? I want you, after you hit TP1, you see that move down and hit TP1? What I want you to do is mark everywhere where the market moves sideways. Because wherever it moves sideways, like it is right here, that is another place of resistance, if it's below, above it, or support if it's beneath it. I want you to go ahead and put a line right there, especially on your phone. right? I want you to put a line right there. I hope y'all seeing this. See how I move sideways right here? I'll put me a little line right here as a reminder that it may pull up to retest this and then go back down. But let's just see. It may not have done it. I haven't watched this throughout, so I don't know what it's going to do. But let's just see. Oh. All right, hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. But look at what just happened after it hit that. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back, guys. How many y'all still here? How many y'all still here? How many y'all still here? All right, look at this. Let's watch this. So what just happened? Let's talk about it. Because this is where I don't need you lost anymore in your trades. What just happened? Came down, retested this little resistance zone right here. Then we have this. Here's TP2. Hasn't hit TP2 yet. Hasn't hit TP2 yet. Now, this is the place where in the group chat, people are saying, it's going to hit TP2? It's going to hit TP2? Typically, when you have a break, you'll have another retest. It could test here or it could test here. Let's see what happens. Now, what happened when it broke here? I want y'all to see this. Do you see this candle right here? I want everybody to see this candle. Do you see this candle? It went here. Here's my TP1. Remember my stop loss is at my entry point? Now I move my stop loss to right here. Now, why did I move my stop loss right there? Why did I move my stop loss right here? Who can tell me why I moved my stop loss right here? Absolutely. Support and resistance. It pulled back into this area where it went sideways. It pulled back right where it went sideways, and then we had this move. And then we have this move down here. Here it is. Now, my stop loss is here. I secured this profit right here. Well, my stop loss is here. Let's keep watching to see what it does. Hasn't hit TP2 yet. It's kind of holding right here. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's keep playing it. Watch what happens. Oh, it's pulling back. Does anybody know why it's pulling back? Let's watch and see what this candle does. Because if this goes sideways, right? What happens when it goes sideways? There's another structural level right there. If it goes sideways. But let's see what happens. Ooh, now look at what this just did. Look at what this just did. Now, this is where people are panicking, right? They're panicking right now. We're panicking right now because it's come back up to TP1. But your stop loss, you've already secure some profit. Be happy with what you just secured right here. Now, if your trailing stop, you had a trailing stop, this candle right here pushed you out on your trailing stop. Your trailing stop was running close behind it. This candle just pushed you out. But what is it doing? Retesting this level. Now, guys, I need y'all to hear me. When you start asking me, should I get out? Should I get out? Your question you should be asking is, if this, which just became resistance, did this candle break this and close above it? Not wick it. I don't care about the wick of the candle. I care about the body of the candle. Did the body of the candle come and close up here, and a new candle come and close right there? That's what I'm asking. If that has not happened, then this resistance level is what I call strong. So we're watching it. So now we have a small little pullback to retest this area right here. Right, this is a retest. But let's see what happens after this retest. Are y'all still with me? How many of y'all see what just happened? How many of y'all see what just happened? Now, why do I have confidence that this is still going to drop? This is why you have to know your candlestick patterns. This candle right here told me everything I needed to know. This candle right here. This is what we call an exhaustion candle. When you see it like this, when it tried to go up and then sellers pushed it back down, there's a good case this is going to go. Look, it hit the TP. I don't know if we met the spread requirement right here. We may have met the spread requirement, we may not have. But if you're a TP2 person, you just hit TP2. But let's just see what's going to happen on the next one. All right, went down to that line. Look at what's happening when it gets here. Do y'all see what happened when it got there? Do you see what's happening on this support line? Do you see what's happening right here on this support line? And you're blowing up the inbox now. What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? This is right at this point, respecting it. I don't think it hit TP2. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe it hit TP2 because it didn't meet the spread requirement. Spread is where the broker increases his portion while this is moving, right? And so what happens is it doesn't meet the spread requirement, so you don't hit TP2. And you're still in it. There'll be other people that says, have y'all been in a trade where someone says, I hit TP, but you didn't? Have you ever had a trade where someone else hit TP and you didn't? Let me tell you why. It didn't meet your spread requirement. And I'm going to show you the spread requirement on a live chart in a minute. But it didn't meet the spread requirement. The spread is the broker's money, right? That's the ask price and the bid price. You should have got this in your basic training. But the broker didn't meet his spread requirement, so you didn't hit TP2. Which is why I'm going for a pip count, right? If I'd have got my 20 pips, I was done. But let's just keep watching to see what's happening because y'all are still asking questions. I haven't hit my TP2. Let's see what happens. Oh, how many of y'all saw that? Brian, tell me what's going on. Somebody tell me what's going on. Did you just hit TP2? You just hit TP2. Many of y'all got out right here on TP2. But there are some people in the group that says, who's going for TP3? I see them. Let's go for TP3. Let's go for TP3. Anytime you have a break break a structure, you'll have a retest of that structure. Now, my stop loss is right here. That's the first thing I'm going to do. When I break TP2, my stop loss is now at TP1. Right? Another place that I looked that I could possibly move my stop loss, it went up here, but you could possibly run it right here too. Right in here. But your stop loss could be here. Now you got all these pips. Right? All these pips at risk right now. You're risking these pips. This is a risk if you stay in it. Because this will go back up and hit this, hit your stop loss, and you lose this. You have to be asking yourself, am I willing to lose all this? That's right. This is an engulfing candle. I'm really pushing through this training. I'm not feeling the best. Okay, let's do this. Let's keep going. So let's see what it does on TP3. All right, now, that could be considered a retest candle right there. All right, look at what just happened. Look at what's happening. You still in it for TP3. Still in it for TP3. You're still in it. You have noticed that this has respected this. When you have this pullback like this, it has respected this. Now, I'm going to teach you Fibonacci a little bit tonight. When I see something like this, right, I'm going to draw Fibonacci from here to here. And Fibonacci helps me see kind of where this is going to retrace. I want y'all to see this. Because I want you to see this. This is very important. And I want you to start using Fibonacci because it has a pull down, and now we're getting a pull back up to here. Right? And we're seeing, is this going to go back down? Is this trend going to continue? This is what we're using Fibonacci for. Because Fibonacci will tell us if it's, typically it's not going to tell us. It just give us a confirmation whether it's going to go up or down. So let's look at Fibonacci. Let's draw a Fibonacci chart right here. That's right here. So you go from top to bottom, and your Fibonacci's that you're going to be looking for, that you really want to start marking out. I want y'all to get this. There are magic numbers on Fibonacci that you should be always looking for. All right, magic numbers on the Fibonacci, at least the ones that are high responding, and I want you to make sure you have these down. All right, your first one, on your first one, is going to be your 38.2. Your next one is your 61.8. Right? Now, this hit the 38.2 level on your Fibonacci. And it's kind of holding on the 32.8, right? And it could come down and retest right here to see what it's going to do. It could probably go into consolidation. But right now, it's respecting the 38.2. Right? So it's respecting that 38.2 level. This is a little bit of more advanced training right here, but there are people on here who can follow me. But these are your ones, right? You hit the 61, hit the 32, right? Hit the 78. You can look at the 78. Right here went sideways. This is the 88.6 right here. So my main ones that I like are the 61, the 32, right? I'll look for it to pull back in that area to see if I can find me another entry point on that. I'm getting ready to do an entire class just on Fibonacci. And I want all y'all to participate. I'm doing one whole class on Fibonacci. One class on Fibonacci. And I want y'all to participate in that class. Just so that you can start looking for your entry points, where your entry point is going to be, or where you can re-enter. I'm going to show you how to draw the Fibonacci, right? And I'm going to show you where to look for your re-entry points on these particular trades. Right, so that class will be coming up. So start looking for that class. But this is a 38 level. So this is a 38 level. I'll put a line right here. Here's a 61.8 level. I'll put a line right there. Those are usually my turnarounds, and I'll even show you how to take profit on these retracements. Because on your 38, this is TP1, this is TP2, this is TP3. if you're doing your retracements. So it'd be TP1 at 38.2, TP2 at 61.8, TP3 at the 100% level. All right, but I'll get you that as we go. So I'm gonna put it here. I'll put it here. Both these lines right in here. I hate that I can't draw a straight line. That's that OCD. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. I still have a lot, guys. I'm training hard tonight, so stay with me. It's gonna be a long training. If you want to stay on, you can stay on. If you want to get off, you can get off. Trust me, I understand. Broke people always have something to do. Okay, so let's watch and see what this does. Let's see if it respected that level on the Fibonacci. That's a long consolidation. Are y'all seeing what it's doing? I'm just gonna play it out. All right, that's it. Okay. So now we're at the front end of the chart. So we watch this trade move down. This is the 61.8 level. We watched it hit the 38.2 level, and it bust through the 38.2, hit the 61.8, and then came down here and sat right here. Now, I want y'all to see this. Let's mark this out. It came here and sat. Here's another level. Let me see if I can do something else here. Make it a little bit clearer. This is the 61.8 level right here. Let me change the color of this. Right here. And this is the 38 level right here. Now, look what happened. Let's talk about it. Because y'all are in this trade. You're looking to see what's happening. And I want to see this because you went in for TP1. You hit TP1. Right? You hit TP2. You wait for TP3. This thing never went back to TP3. And you're asking me right now, there are people that will be asking this question while they're watching this trade. Dr. Spiller, what do I do right here? My whole question is, why are you still in it? All right? All right, God bless Dempsey. I want you to hear me. Why are you still in this trade? Why are we still in this trade? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for some answers because y'all are on here. Because you're always talking in the chat. Why are you still in this trade? Why are you still in? Your stop loss should have put you out. Your trailing stop would have put you out. And you're in the group chat asking other people, do you think it's going to go back down? That's why I'm doing this training. I'm doing this training for the people that are asking, do you think it's going to go back down? Because we shouldn't get those questions in the group chat. Once you hit TP2, and you have properly moved your stop loss, your stop loss kicked you out, but you got this profit. You minimum got the profit from your, at least from here. But if you went on to TP2, you took profit here. If you're going for TP3, it kicked you out. It kicked you out long before it got way up there to the 61.8 level. When it gets up here, I don't think anybody should still be in this trade. And I'm going to stop sending out information on this. You know, people will, I'm just waiting. No. Once I hit TP2, I'm kind of done. At that point, experienced people should be in for TP3 to TP4. Because all my newbies got out of TP1. I've told everybody, please do not put people in past TP1. If they are brand new, please hear this training. If they are brand new, they should not be in past TP1. They should have been out right here. They should have been out right there. If they were for TP2, they should be a little bit more expert. And they shouldn't be asking those simple questions on TP2 because they went through the training and everything else. If you were brand new, you should be going past TP1. TP2 is for people who have a little bit more experience. So that they won't be asking questions in the chat. Do I stay in? Do I stay in? Do I stay in? Do I stay in? So I'm asking every leader to make sure that your new people are not in past TP1. TP2 is for experienced traders. Anything past TP1 is for experienced traders to understand support and resistance and how a trade actually moves. Does that make sense? Before I go on training, I need to know, am I making sense? Lord help me. Need to get a little bit more strength here. Whew. Okay, so now, let's get into, no, this is not being recorded. I'm doing 3 straight days. So I'm just going back over this stuff every day. Okay? All right, I'm going to get into something now. I need y'all to see this. This is very phenomenal. I'm doing 3 straight days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. None of these sessions will be recorded. All right, I'm going to talk about Heikin-Ashi candles for a second so that you can understand them. Heikin-Ashi candles, I was supposed to be in from Africa on Saturday. I didn't get in until Sunday. It was just, and I'm feeling the effects of that. But I love you guys. I hope y'all see my sacrifice as love. And look, I don't like looking in the group chat of people not winning. I want y'all to win. So I'm taking time out, knowing that I've been in the bed all day. But I'm taking time out because it is very important to me. Extremely important to me for you guys to win. Okay? All right, so let's go over these Heikin-Ashi candles. Let's first do regular candles. All right, so you have your regular candles. The thing with regular candles is regular candles don't really tell us if there's momentum in this price. And Heikin-Ashi candles do. Now, you can see the wicks on these candles, and wicks show support and resistance based on where the wicks are. Right? You can put fractals and things like that on them. Right? You can do all that. But this is what I want you to look at. The reason why I use Heikin-Ashi candles is Heikin-Ashi candles are candles that show volume. Or it could be called volatility. Volume and volatility. Right? Volume or volatility. You see both of those in the Heikin-Ashi candles. I want to show you how to use these so you can stay in trades. All right, let's show you that. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Make sure y'all are getting in on this training though. All right, so let's switch it. We know what regular candles look like. Heikin-Ashi candles are a little bit different. Heikin-Ashi candles are used to show you momentum in these prices and how this is moving. Whether it's a strong move down or whether it's a strong move up, you'll be able to see the Heikin-Ashi candles that actually tell us what's actually going on, how strong that particular strength is. And we're going to look at this candle and we're going to show you how to look at these, because when you start using the harmonics candle, because that's what I'm going to be using, you start using the harmonics candle, it's going to take your trades to the next level. Okay? We'll take it to the next level. So let's switch this over to Heikin-Ashi candles. Right? They can look just a little bit different. And these are Heikin-Ashi candles. Now, the rule of thumb on a Heikin-Ashi candle is if you're in a sale As long as those candles stay red, you don't come out of that cell. That's the rule of thumb. Green is a break in the trend. Red, green, red, green, red, green. But I want you to see this. As long as those candles stay red, you're supposed to stay in that trade. And if it's a downtrend, you can take that. If it's red, right? If they stay green, as long as they stay green, you can stay in that buy. But there has to be green candles. Are y'all understanding this? Do you understand what I'm saying on Heikin-Ashi candles? Because I don't think y'all getting a clear understanding of that, because if you're just using Heikin-Ashi candles, you shouldn't be asking me, should you stay in the trade or not? You shouldn't be asking me whether you stay in the trade or not. You should be asking me, is this thing going to go down based on how many red candles that you have with no green candles? That's what you're basically waiting for with Heikin-Ashi, right? Right? Right now, I want you to understand. Now, there's a candle I want you to pay attention to, which are momentum candles on Heikin-Ashi. Now, whenever the top is flat, that says it's moving in momentum. You should really stay in the trade. When you start to see, watch this, red, red, red. But you notice even though all of these are red, they never break this level. Got all these red candles, but none of them break this level. So I want to teach you something about Heikin-Ashi candles, right? Right? Heikin-Ashi candles respect support and resistance as well. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. That's the line. That's the line. That's the line. I want you to see this. Now, you can use Heikin-Ashi candles to show that there is momentum going down with this price. But look what happens. Notice how all of these candles from here to here don't break this support line right here. Do you see it? And then what does it start doing? It starts moving to the side right there, which lets you know that you moved into a support area. So even though it's red and you have a lot of volume going towards the seller's side, right, it's still respecting this area right here. Now, I want y'all to see that because you still have those support and resistance in between here. That's support, that's support, that's support. Do y'all see that? Talk to me. I got 400 some people on here. Please talk to me. You have to talk to me and let me know y'all follow me. Are y'all still with me? Okay, so even though you have all these candles, notice that these candles, even though they're red, they're not breaking this area right here. It's not breaking that area. So you still have to watch that. Right? So I'm still saying they're all red. Now, the candles you want to pay attention to is whether these candles are flat on the top. As long as they're flat on the top, are y'all hear me? You have good volume for your sale. How many of y'all got that? Yes, you should use them on your scalping strategy. You can use them on your scalping strategy. That's what I want to say. As long as they're flat on the top, you're good. When you start seeing that they're no longer flat on the top, right here, right here, right here, right here, that means it is losing, do y'all hear me? Volume, volatility, strength, whatever you want to call it. But that's what it's doing. When they start showing up like that, you want to start looking. Right? Flat, wick. Flat, flat, little wick. Flat, wick. Right? So now, the ones, when it goes from being flat on the top, and the next candle has a wick on the top and a wick on the bottom, Anytime you now start to see these wicks on the top and bottom, that means it's losing volume. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Do you understand that? It's exhausting itself. Right? Now, the difference on the green is, right? Watch these greens. Let's say you have a strong move to the downside, and then you start getting these candles. These candles let you know that the sellers are losing strength. And you start seeing these right here. You want to pay attention to that with your Heikin-Ashi candles, right? So when I see this, I want to start paying attention because my sellers are losing strength. Right in here. Good night. Thank you. All right, now, watch this. All right, when you start seeing these indecision candles, that's a loss of strength. Sellers losing strength. Indecision, losing strength. Did y'all get that? It's losing strength. Look, so if you ever start to see these candles get in this area, right, and you start seeing indecision candles, it could mean that it's losing strength. Look at this in here, losing strength. Look at this in here, losing strength. Little candles are a sign that it's losing strength. I need everybody to write that in your notes. These little candles in here are a sign that it's losing strength, and that's when you want to start paying attention to your trades when using Heikin-Ashi. All right, let's say you're in a strong sale, and you want to know if that sale is coming to an end. This is the candle you're looking for to show you that that is coming to an end, and there's about to be a pullback. Let me show you that one more time. Not 100% of the time, but enough of the times. When you see a candle like this, that means this thing is pulling back. You're ready for some type of pullback. Do you have that? So as long as you have this right here, that's saying that this up move is coming to an end. And there's possibly a down move is going to come to this support line. Look at this. It says that's moved down, it's coming to an end. And now you can look for a retracement. Look at this. Right? It may not move up, it may not move down. Then you have a candle that's flat on the bottom. That means that momentum is picking up towards the buyer side. If a candle like this, volume is losing towards the buyer side, and you have this little pullback. Then you have this, then you have this, right? And that's all you got. You're looking for these, what we call transition candles with your Heikin-Ashi. Do y'all see that? I want everybody to understand that these are the candles that we're looking for. Do you see these candles with Heikin-Ashi? You see these candles with Heikin-Ashi? I'm giving you this because when we go to the harmonic scanner, you need to know this. Look, that's what you're looking for. These are transition candles. Transition. Look for them. Right? Start looking at these small ones, transition. And I'm making sense. Go back. Let's scroll back. Let's see if we can see some more. I want y'all to see this. This is very, very important. Look at this right here. Y'all see this? That's what you're looking for with these Heikin-Ashi candles, right? If it's coming up and you want to know if it's getting ready to come down, you need to start seeing these. If it's coming down and you start seeing these, look for this move up. Coming down, do you see it? I just want to make sure where you're starting to look to start paying attention to what's actually going on in that trade. Do you see it? I want y'all to see it because it's very important now that you start paying attention to these zones right here. Do you see this zone? That's letting you know something's getting ready to happen. That's letting you know that something's getting ready to happen. Talk to me, all 300 of you guys. Does this make sense? You're looking for clusters. That's all we're looking for is clusters. Do y'all see these clusters? Right? These clusters are telling you, okay, hold on now. Something going on. Something going on. Right? I need to start watching. Something going on. Look. start looking for a cluster candle. What do you call it, Dr. Spiller? Write this down. What do you call this candle? Or these candles? Cluster candles. You want to start looking at them. Look. Clusters. Something's getting ready to happen. Haganashi candles don't actually show the closing price because it starts in the middle of the candle. Right, because every Haganashi candle starts here. That's why I'll have two charts open. One of my Haganashi candles and more of my regular candles. Yeah, we look for, once you find the cluster, you're going to look for a momentum candle. Momentum candles are long, and sometimes they're flat. All right, so you look for this cluster, wait for a break of this structure, broke here, right? And then look at this. You see this candle right here? And you take that whole move right there. Does that make sense? Look for your cluster, look for your momentum candle, and run. How do you remove the regular candles? Easy. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so I wanted to make sure you understand about Haganashi. Now let's move on to something else. How much time? Oh, God. I've been with y'all for almost 2 hours now. Are y'all overwhelmed? Can I go a little bit further? Okay. All right. One second. Let's do this. One second. I'm going to show you something. I'll go a little bit longer and then I'll call it quits. Okay. Let's go to the harmonic scanner. Let's go to harmonic scanner. Here's a trade right here, Euro NZD on a 15-minute chart. Let's look at this. Now, I'm going to be going over this all this week. And I'm going to be really dealing with the harmonic scanner so you can have a good understanding of what it is. Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Listen. All right, let's look at this harmonic scanner. Let me explain everything you're looking at. I'm going to strip this out. I'm going to show you what you should know. I want you to take these notes, okay? Take these notes. Are y'all with me? Okay, thank you, Mike. All right, so the harmonic Harmonic scanner is going to give you your entry point. Right? TP1, TP2, TP3. Do y'all remember what I said about TPs? Do y'all remember what I said about TPs from the other chart from this perspective? Every time you see a TP, if you're looking for a buy opportunity, TPs are on levels of support and resistance. How many of y'all remember that? So your entry level is really a level of support too when you're looking for a buy. And then you also have over here your stop loss, which is also a level of support. So you have support levels all through here. So this is a level of support, it changes. So this is a level of resistance, level of resistance, level of resistance. All right, do y'all remember that now? I want y'all to remember this. When you start looking at the harmonic scanner, what the harmonic scanner is saying is that, make sure y'all get this. Okay. My computer's acting off. I think it's my Zoom. So this is coming down, right? Now, what the harmonic scanner is saying is that this trade is going to get to this level of support and then reverse and test this resistance, and test this resistance. Well, if it's going to test the resistance, what could happen if it hits that? It could come back down, right? What if it happens to go up and hit this? What could it do? It could come back down and retest this. What if it breaks this? It breaks this and comes up here, it's going to hit this, right? Or probably come down and pause. It's pretty much look like it's going to pause right in there before it hits TP3 because I see this sideways movement. All right, y'all remember that? I want to make sure y'all see this. See this sideways right here? All right? See where it went sideways right here? All right? I want you to see this sideways right here. So these are levels where this is going to come and pause. It could bust through here and pause. Bust through here and pause before it comes up here. Right? Because each one of these are levels. And that's why you have to look at these lines as levels. All of them are levels. And I'm going to show you how to trade this with a little bit more accuracy so that you're not just depending on signals in the group chat anymore. I want you to start using the harmonic scanner. I want you to start making money from this once you know what we're talking about. Now, what the harmonic scanner is doing, I want to make sure y'all all hear me. Are y'all still with me? How many of y'all are still with me? Did my internet go down? All right. Let me see. Are y'all here? All right, good. My internet is flaky right now. All right, so now, this is my Zoom. My Zoom is acting up. So let's look at this chart. Now, if you're going to take a 15-minute scan, I want you to just go to the 4-hour chart to see what is the overall trend for this trade. That's what we're going to look at. Let's see what this trade is doing on the 4-hour chart. All right, let's back out. Let's see if I can back out. Sorry. Let's see if I can see what this is doing on the 4-hour. All right, so on the 4-hour chart, what do we have on the 4-hour chart? We have it moving down, right? We have it coming up, moving down, coming up. But the overall move was, if you look at this on the 4-hour chart, this is a strong downtrend that came into a retracement, right? But did not make another lower low. This is probably at the 61. If I do a Fibonacci from here to here, this is probably at about the 61. and it came down after the 61, hit about the 38, and then pulled back, went down, and then went all the way up here, and it's coming down. But the overall trend for this, really, typically, if you take it back, this has been in a downtrend. Right? This is a downtrend move. So if this is a downtrend move, what they're looking for at this point is some form of retracement or the continuation of this move up. So what I typically do when I have something like this, I'll draw me a support line, a support trend line right here, because that's where it's been respected. It's been coming out of this level. So this may not be, we may not get the full turnaround here. It may turn around here, but it at least has been coming down and hitting this line before it goes back up. Now I know that on the 4-hour chart. Even though this is a 15-minute chart trade, I went to a larger time frame just to get me a perspective on what's actually happening with this actual trade. Right? I know that this is in a downtrend, right? But I know it could come down a little bit more, bounce, and then come back up. But I'm also doing this on the 15-minute time frame. All right, let's look at this. No, 1 second. I looked at this, and I angle it. I always said it was right here, and it broke the trend. All right, so this is a new, on a 15-minute chart, this is a new trend to a downside. So if you come back up, retest this, and come back down again. So I'll be looking for my take profit somewhere right in here. But let me show you how we get into this trade. I'm just looking at it, giving you I'm going to take you step by step on what I do with the harmonic scanner and show you how much money you can make with this if you did the same thing. Because you really can do the same thing with this. First thing I'm going to do is I taught you the lesson on the Heikin-Ashi candles. Right? I taught you a lesson on the Heikin-Ashi candles. Let's look at that. So the first thing I do is I typically change this to show me a Heikin-Ashi candle. Now, what is the Heikin-Ashi candle going to tell me? Why? Because this is a downtrend move, right? This could not turn and come back up. This is a true downtrend move. But what is my Heikin-Ashi going to tell me? It's going to tell me if this downtrend has slowed down for a reversal. But let's look at it. Now, I'm going to ask you, based on what I just taught you on Heikin-Ashi, look at this. Based on what I just taught you about Heikin-Ashi, what do we call this right here? Just taught on this. What is happening with this trade? It's called a cluster. Candlestick cluster. It's a cluster of candles. Let me see this cluster of candles right here. Let me see this cluster of candles. Now, when I see a cluster of candles, what's about to happen? It's going to break out of this some kind of way. Now, I'm watching how these clusters of candles are right now sitting on this support line. Y'all see the support line right here? Those cluster of candles are sitting right there. This could be the place where it turns and then goes back up. It hasn't changed directions yet, Mikhail, has it? Hasn't changed directions yet. Because you have none but red candles in between here. That is showing me, these red candles, that there is momentum to whose side? Who has momentum right now with all these red candles? So if I have seller's momentum here, am I going to take this buy right now? And you can do this, guys, even on your own regular trades. If I got seller's momentum, am I taking a buy right now? I want you to, so we're not beating up the chat room. What you should start asking people who ask that question, you should ask them, and if you're part of my Latino family, you should be asking the same thing: who has momentum? Those Hakanashi candles are telling you if there's momentum or not. Whether you're on the Latino team, the team in Africa, the team in London, the team in the United States, the question should be asking, should I get out? Well, have the people we're trading with, have they lost momentum? If they haven't lost momentum, you should be fine. Ooh, help me here. Help me. Help me. Am I making sense? I mean, I'm serious. We're in the group chat asking questions. Use the Hakanashi candles, change it to Hakanashi candles, and ask yourself the question, has it lost momentum? If it hasn't lost momentum, then why are you getting out of the trade? If all the candles are the same color, then why are you getting out of the trade? If all the candles are seller's candles and you're looking for a buy and you don't have one buyer's candle in there, then why are you trying to buy at that moment? When you start looking for this, you want a flat bottom candle that's blue. Before we take this trade, we want a candle. I want you to remember, this is very important. That is blue. That's flat on the bottom. It has to be flat on the bottom. Then I know that this is a reversal candle. Are there any reversal candles in here right now? Right? Then you know how to take it. Guys, go look at your other trades. I don't care what trade you're in. And if you're looking for a candle to keep going down, ask yourself, are there any reversal candles? If it's going to be a blind, where are your blue candles? If you don't have any blue candles, then what are you doing? Where's the blue candle that says this thing is reversing, going in the other direction? Where your flat bottom candles that says this thing is reversing, going in the other direction? Where your flat bottom candles that say this thing is reversing, going in the other direction? Do you have any? If you don't have any, then what are you doing? Waiting. This is showing you that something could happen. We just don't have the confirmations that say we should get in this trade. Do y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I want to see if I'm very clear tonight. I don't care if you're doing on your own chart, right? You're looking for clusters. Clusters. Talk to me tonight. Clusters, and then you need your reversal candle. That's flat on the bottom. Yes or yes? Y'all got that? All right, the next thing that you want to do, I add in moving averages too. You're going to wait for a twist in the moving average. You don't get a twist, then don't do anything. Okay? All right, let's put these on here. I'll put 2 moving averages on here. I always have something to give you. I'm just trying to stop you from losing so much. All right, I got 2 moving averages on here. I'm going to change them. The first one's going to be a 14. Right? thick, dark. The next one is going to be a 6. Or really a 3. You can put 63. I'm going to go with a 6. Like so. Do you see this? I'm giving you this, right? I like to look for a twist in these EMAs to show, and I want you to write this in your notes, right? Every time you see a twist between the blue and the red, it's a shift in momentum. So you see this shift, this twist, you have this move going down. Whenever you see a twist, there's a shift in momentum. Do y'all see the twist? Yes or yes? Do you see the twist? Yes or yes? Talk to me. Do y'all see the twist? Right? Twist. 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 Do you see the twist? You want to see a twist right there. Do y'all see the twist? That was a 14 and a 6. It's right over here in the corner. Look over here in this corner where this mouse is moving. When my mouse is moving, 14, 6. You're looking for a twist. You want that twist. Okay? The next thing that you're going to want after that twist, next thing you're going to want after the twist. So you got the Hakanashi. You have it going down, looking for a twist. You can catch the twist coming back up to the upside. And that's what you want. All right. So next one, let's give you this one. Let's give you this one. Next one, let's put this in. They're going to put the RSI, Relative Strength Index. You're going to put the MFI, the Money Flow Index. You're going to put the momentum. You'll put all three of them together. And this is what we're going to do. We use harmonic scanner, it doesn't matter. This is your timing indicator. If it twists down, the red is on the bottom. If it twists up, the red is on the top. So twist down, the red is on the bottom underneath the blue line. Twist up, the red will be on the top, the blue will be on the bottom. Now, I want you to use these, and we're going to format them. So the RSI need to be set to 10. Right? We only need one line on the RSI. We'll make it a 50. Straight. Thick. Black. And make it thick, and I change my color to magenta. On my money flow, I leave it at 14. Change it to a yellow-ish or an orangish color. And I take out these upper, delete, delete, and delete. So I have none of these there. Yeah, if the twist up, you're in a buy. If it twist down, you're in a sell. All right, and I put all those there. I'll make sure these lines are dotted. I'll drag it up, make it one thing. Last one is money flow. Momentum, excuse me. I'll leave it the same. Change it to a blue, darker, thicker. Just like that. Click OK. Drag it, drop it. Just like that. Are y'all having this? And so this is all I look for on this. I want a twist going up. I want a Hakanashi candle with a flat bottom. And I want to see all three of these lines underneath the 50. I want you to see this. I'm doing over this all day this week. It don't matter. You're not going to be lost. All right? So the RSI is a 10. The MFI is a 14. And the momentum is a 10. So the RSI, money flow, and momentum is a 10. I combine them all, and it's just like this. I want this, I want a twist, and I want a flat bottom candle going up to signify this is a buy. Do y'all see that? This week I'm going to teach you divergence. There's divergence here. Where do you see the divergence at? On the blue line. I mean, on the blue line. Just so you see this. You'll see some divergence here. I'm going to try to show it to you really quick. So, and divergence only means that the indicator is slowing down. Hold on 1 second. So let's do this. We're looking at the magenta line. I just off-color the magenta line. Right? And then I come over here. And we're going to be going over this all week. I'm going to be going over this all week. I'm coming back and start with the harmonic scanner on tomorrow. All right, now, I want you to see something. Right? I want you to see this, and I hope this makes a lot of sense to you. All right, now, see where this one is? This candle here, and this candle here. This candle is high. This candle is low. So on the pink line, it has to be able to show the same thing. This candle is high, and over here, this is supposed to be low. Now, it's not. If you notice, you draw a line from here to here, this is not matching this on the pink line, right? It's not matching it. So when this made a low, this is supposed to make a low. This is called divergence. It didn't make a low, right? And because it did not make a low, that means that this down move was a move on weakness. Right? This is supposed to be low, that was supposed to be low. That's a lot that I went over, but there are some people who've been trading for a while, they understand what I'm talking about. See how this went down? Well, this is supposed to go way down. It didn't go down, did it? No, it went straight across. Right? So since it went straight across, what we see here is this is divergence, which simply means there could be a move to the upside to compensate for this move on weakness right here. Right? Because it was supposed to go down. It didn't go down. It went straight across. So this high was supposed to be a low over here. It didn't make a low. It moved horizontally. All right, so, Dr. Spiller, did you say that when we are looking for the reversal to the upside, the RSI money flow need to be under the 50? No. So, this is what I said. And I'm going to try to make it clear. Trying to make it clear. All right, now, if we are looking for a sell, this is a sell. We're looking for a buy here, but this is moving in a sell. When this is moving in a sell, the reason why this went down was all three lines were underneath. In order for this to go up, we need all three lines above. We need all three of these lines to break this 50 line right here. Do we have that? Yes or yes? If it was a sell, we needed to break here. If it's a buy, we needed to break here. Do we have it? On this buy, we're not ready for a buy. Even though this is divergence, we don't have all three lines. And now two, how many lines we want? 3. How many lines we want? 3 or 2? All right, I think I'm gonna have to bring this to the end. My Zoom is really slow, and my OCD is not letting me continue. This bothering the